because the glorious Thor Ragnarok came out.
Yes.
So this is going to be the Movie Weirdo review.
Thor Ragnarok. All right.
All right, so I guess we should probably start without a spoiler-y list review, basically. Did you enjoy it, Jacobo?
Yes, I did. Very, very much. I had a good time watching this movie. Did you have a good time?
I did. I was 100% involved.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Every moment.
It was probably one of the most fun times I've had at theater all year. I would say.
It was even more fun than Guardians 2.
Yeah. Liked it better than Spider-Man. So.
I keep forgetting that came out this year.
Yeah. It kind of gets lost in the brain. It kind of, flew quietly under the radar for the Marvel movies go.
That it did.
Good movie nonetheless, but I enjoyed Thor more.
The tone was phenomenal. They finally, I think, have got their Thor tone. Because the first two movies, they kind of tried, kind of light, but Iron Man-y style.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like Iron Man with a hammer and lightning.
Yeah.
The second one, they tried to get kind of dark with it, and that was just not... I liked it.
Yeah, I like the second Thor, but it's not great.
Not the best.
No, but I like kind of the second Thor. They don't spend as much time on Earth, which I like.
True that.
So I think
going through the 9 realms.
Yeah, because I think the problem with the first Thor is they think the audience can't handle having like a movie
in space.
Completely fantasy, sci-fi based, and then obviously Marvel has been able to make Guardians of the Galaxy. They freaking made a Doctor Strange movie, so they can make anything now. So
who was awesome in this?
Yeah, he had a nice little cameo.
Fucking Thor up.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So it's an awesome sci-fi, fantasy, crazy comedy adventure. It's it's like a 80s cartoon, but better.
Yeah, definitely had that. Like how the Guardians have that 80s aesthetic to it in a way.
Yeah.
The bright colors and whatnot.
Yeah, bright colors. Obviously, going into the movie, they have like the 80s title treatment to the movie, like coming out in 3D. I'm like, that's pretty awesome. So, and a whole kind of synth-based score to this movie as well.
Yep. Very interesting.
Because I saw that the guy that did the score for this movie was in the band Devo in the 80s, actually. So, a little whippet right there.
Devo, y'all.
Devo.
Jesus. They wore those weird-ass,
They wore the crazy hats. Yeah. And he's made, like, a lot of scores to movies now, apparently. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed the score, and obviously... best part of the soundtrack is probably Led Zeppelin. Yeah, the Immigrant song in there.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah.
With that, they added some great characters.
Mm-hmm.
Learning a little bit more about the Asgardian history was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Kate Blanche was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She was a lot funnier than I thought her character would be.
Yes.
I really liked the kind of silly... It's not even silliness she had. I don't even know how to explain it.
She had more of a dark humor to her?
Dark, dry humor. That was just...
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Odd mixture with her and Scourge.
Yeah. Scourge. That dude just seemed like he was just like... The whole movie, he's just like, fuck.
He just didn't
I don't want to die.
No.
So I'll do what I got to do to stay alive. And then he redeemed himself at the end with his 2 machine guns.
Well, yeah. The beginning of the movie, first 10 minutes, you see Scourge shaking a shake weight, trying to impress those ladies.
That was the best. Thor's all like, hey, I need to come back now.
Yeah.
Dude's just sitting there trying to get a threesome going.
Just trying to get those ladies.
Scourge. That dude.
Yeah. But yeah, new characters were really good in this movie. Valkyrie was awesome.
Tessa Thompson killed it.
Mm-hmm.
She was awesome, whooping everybody's ass.
Yeah.
And she was super drunk, falling out spaceships and stuff. That was funny.
Well, yeah, the scene where she was like, "You have as long as it takes me to drink this bottle," and she downs it in like 5 seconds. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh man.
And obviously another new character, the Goldblum.
Yep.
Jeff
the
Goldblum.
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
Which it's great because I was reading the thing like, I guess now we're getting into spoiler areas. Anyway,
All right,
so
we'll switch to spoilers.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
Guess what? This is your spoiler break part.
Spoiler
if you haven't
break.
seen it, you can stop listening now. Or just listen anyways because it's entertaining regardless.
It's been out 3 days. You've had time to see it.
But like, okay, so now we're talking post-credit scene.
Oh, yeah.
Goldblum pops out of this thing. He's doing some Goldbloomy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But his character, like, you kind of get this feeling like he's kind of worried because he's surrounded by these people he's been oppressing. But he's a Grandmaster, so he's A, immortal, and B, from what I've read, his particular character can kill people by just wishing death upon them.
Okay.
So I think he's going to get out okay.
It was crazy when he melted that guy with that, like, stick.
The melting stick.
The melting stick.
Why are you bringing me the melting stick?
Basically, the whole entrance when you meet the Grandmaster, they even...
Amazing.
Thor is sitting in the chair,
Yep.
and he goes through all those trippy visuals, because I didn't realize...
He just opens his eyes, and he's like, I don't think he went anywhere. I think he was just sitting in that chair, and the Grandmaster was just fucking with his head.
Yeah. Because I read afterwards, like, the music they were playing in the background was actually from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So that's what that scene is inspired by. There's like a scene in the original movie
that song
where he goes
in there.
through the tunnel.
Yeah.
He goes through the crazy trippy tunnel. So I think that's what that scene was inspired by. So they used the same music. I didn't, because while watching it, I'm like, that music does sound familiar. But I read it afterwards, and I'm like, yeah, good introduction to the Gold.
Well, and then Loki's just chilling in there.
That was hilarious.
I don't know him.
Because what? He was there for like a couple weeks already, or something
like that. How did he even? Oh, because he fell out the thing before Thor did. That's right.
Fell through the portal.
Hela knocked his ass out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Which was a cool introduction to Hela as well. I thought it was pretty cool.
I did. She just
showed up.
He disappears over the rocky cliff, Odin, and then Hela just. Oh, he's dead now, huh?
Yeah.
Guess what, y'all? I'm your sister that y'all didn't know about.
You didn't know about. We've got a secret painting behind the other painting.
Of me and your daddy just killing everybody. He used to have the weird thing, like, it was so trippy to me. Like, at first I thought it was cheesy, but the more she kept doing it, I was just like, it's so badass. Just rocking her hair, and then she gets mad, and she just goes,
like crazy,
and then her horns pop out, and she's just slaughtering fools.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Her giant dog.
Yeah,
was dope.
Giant wolf, dude.
I wish he would have gotten more screen time.
A little something. Hulk just basically kills him.
Beat his ass. Drowned him.
Yeah, so it was cool though.
Yeah, so I guess let's go back to the beginning now, and we'll just walk our way through the movie because we kind of jumped all the way to the end for some reason.
Why not?
So we start, and your lovable Thor is hanging in chains.
Yes.
Because it's where he wants to be.
Yes. That whole scene just sets the tone for the movie. Because he starts off that weird, like, you think he's talking to himself, well, she kind of is. He's talking to, like, a skeleton.
Yeah. And then, fiery dude. I can't... Is that Ragnarok?
Surtur. But he brings about Ragnarok.
Yeah. He's the one to bring Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Bad dude's chilling, talking shit. Thor's like, blah, 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 blah. Just one moment.
Oh, yeah, and he spins around on the chain.
He's like, just 1 second, I'm not doing it, it's just doing it itself. Like, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there spinning, but then he's like, he calls for his hammer.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, yeah, right now, this is going to happen. And then nothing happens. It's just like 1 second, and you just hear this, and as the hammer comes flying through God knows what. Does that whole thing. That was pretty cool. Beats that fiery dude.
Led Zeppelin kicks in and he kicks a bunch of ass. And
then that's where you then meet Scourge, who has taken over, what's his name?
Heimdall's job.
Heimdall's, because he is now a traitor, supposedly. And,
so he's in charge of the Rainbow Bridge now.
Which is a horrible fucking idea. Because he's literally showing off a bunch of Earth things to these two Asgardian ladies. So was the first one with the guns? It was just the guns? Or did he show them something else?
No, just the guns first.
And then when it snaps back, he's sitting there doing
with
the
shake weight. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty silly.
And then, whatever, he eventually gets his shit together, grabs a giant sword, shoves it in the thing.
Yeah.
Brings back Thor, who is running from a dragon at this point.
Yes.
And the head of it comes through. And then there's guts over everything. That was great. Another great moment.
Then he shows up into the play that's going on.
Well, because he shows up and he's like, where's homeboy? Because that's who he's been calling for. And he's like, well, we don't know. He's wanted for treason. And Thor's like, what? What's gone on since I've been gone? Because I've been gone for a long time.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be that during Civil War, Thor has been like traveling around the universe,
trying to figure things out. I don't know what he's trying to figure out.
He's trying to figure something.
He's trying to find himself,
I guess,
because he left his throne. He was supposed to take over the throne, and he's like, "Nope,
yeah,
I'm out of here."
Loki took over as Odin.
So no, that's the best part is you get this going, and he's walking, trying to figure shit out, and Scourge is like, "Well, I have to announce you're here," and Thor's like, "Whatever," and just hammers away. So Scourge is running after him. That's pretty comical.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets to where Odin is, and Odin's sitting there acting all funny, watching a play out. And this play is of Loki's great sacrifice to save Asgard. Mm. And you have like a little Shakespearean play going out. But the people who play Loki, Thor, and Odin, they're not just some throwaway nobodies.
No, some cameos.
I say we start with Thor's cameo first. We'll work to the best one last, and we'll work. Mm-hmm. So the first one, the man who played Thor, funny, none other than the older brother, Luke Hemsworth, who was in Westworld. I don't really know what else he's in other than that.
I have no idea.
He was an Australian actor. He was the first to act out of the brothers.
His younger brother seems to be in more things, but
Liam's in a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
But and then for Odin, we have the great Sam Neill of Jurassic Park, Event Horizon, and such, Dr. Grant. And then the best,
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is Loki. It's fantastic. He gives a sappy little monologue thing. It's just, it's 100%
pretty awesome.
Class. What else do we got? So from there, so as that's happening,
then they go back to Earth.
Well, first, Thor starts talking to Odin.
Oh, yeah, you guys reveal.
Scourge pops up real quick and is like, oh, hey, Thor's here, because, he's supposed to announce people that come anyway.
Yeah.
What does he say? Oh, he's got the hammer chilling, and he gets behind Odin, and he's like, talking into Loki's ear, because Odin is Loki. He's talking shit, and he's like, well, we'll just stand here, and I'm just going to call my hammer over, and, it's going to get to me even if you're here, so we'll just... And then Loki changes back into Loki. All the Asgardians are, mind blown. Oh, we missed... The reason Thor was like, what's happened is because there's a obnoxiously large Loki statue. That's what it was, his giant gold statue.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What was great is Asgard looked like it was prospering pretty well.
Loki wasn't trying to conquer things.
He was
just
like,
hanging out, having a good time.
Having a good time. So that was great. But yeah, so then they go to Earth.
Yeah, to try
Or he goes to Earth. I don't think he has Loki with him.
No, Loki comes with him.
No. Wait, did we...
Because they show up And Loki's like, this is where I left him, and it was a smashed old person's home on Earth.
Yeah, but that's when they didn't. Isn't that when they ended up going?
And then Doctor Strange portals them back
Oh
to his
yeah,
place.
I've been falling for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Because then Doctor Strange portals Loki right away because he doesn't want to deal with it.
Because he's on his list of interdimensional bad guys or
Problems,
something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot. Because I was like, Loki wasn't in that scene, but that's because he was just falling endlessly. Yeah. So yeah, they go to Earth to find Odin. His retirement home's being demolished. So yeah, as you say, little weird circle pops out of nowhere. Loki goes through it. Then Thor gets through one. He ends up in Doctor Strange's place. Doctor Strange gives him some tea. He goes, I don't drink tea.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a massive stein of beer that magically refills and is
Refills.
blowing Thor's mind because he's just sitting there staring at this mug of beer.
He gets drunk, too. You can tell.
Well, he gets drunk, but then I don't know if it was so much he was drunk as much as it was Strange was teleporting them from room to room instead of letting him walk.
That's true.
That's why his beer was like spilling and he put it down. He's like, stop.
Can't drink this.
Why are you doing what is happening right now? Yeah, Doctor Strange, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, it's kind of his thing, but he's awesome at what he does.
Hey, true that.
He's basically the Tony Stark of magic.
Oh my god, what were they doing that he like rushed them out? Because they were doing something and then he pushed them through the portal.
Well,
he created the portal to go to wherever the fuck Odin was.
He was in Norway.
That was it.
And I think Loki was about to attack Doctor Strange, and he's just like, I'm not gonna deal with this. You're out of here. I'm pretty sure is what they did.
I can't remember. Damn it.
So yeah, they end up in Norway then.
Yeah. And they talk to Odin. He's all old and like, well, I'm basically just gonna die now.
Yeah, he dies.
And before he dies, though, he's rambling on about some nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, Asgard is not a place, it is a people. This could be our home. And then, Loki and Thor are like, what the fuck? Well, Thor's like, what the fuck did you do, Loki? You broke Dad. And Odin's like, no, I'm not broken. I can't hold her anymore. And they're like, who? And he won't say. So he just turns into gold sparkles and flies away. And then a little black hole opens. And out of this black cloud comes Kate Blanchett.
I guess a random thought. Did it bug you while watching this scene? Did that whole scenery look really fake to you? Or was it just so high def that it almost grass seemed real?
How did you see it?
Did
you just see it regular?
Just 2D.
Okay, well, I saw it in 2D, but I saw it in IMAX too, so that may have altered it because it would have stretched out the picture a bit.
Because I just felt like, obviously, they're standing on real grass and stuff, but the background behind them...
Oh, it was probably green screen.
Yeah.
It was all probably green screen.
It didn't look like real ocean, so I don't know. Yeah, that just threw me off. I'm like, the lighting seems weird. That was just a gripe for me on that scene.
I wasn't paying attention to the scenery, and I was.
It was a random nitpick in my head.
Yeah. Next time I watch it, I'll see it, and I'll probably agree with you.
Yeah. I get distracted by things of in movies when they're obviously shooting in California and they're supposed to be in Indiana. And you can see mountains in the background. Well, obviously this looked like Norway, but something seemed off about it. All right. Sorry to get it off topic.
Oh, no, it's on topic, because, we're talking there, so, Hela shows up. They're all like, well, I don't know who you are, but I'm Thor, Lord of Thunder. No, God of Thunder.
God of Thunder.
Because does she keep calling him Lord? Who calls him Lord of Thunder and it pisses him off?
I think it's when he's on the planet
Sakaar.
with the Grandmaster. One of them calls him.
He's a god. But anyway, so they're all like, wait, what? I have a sister? She's like, yeah, I'm your fucking sister. I'm the firstborn. I'm the heir to all this. And they're like, no. Then I think they just start trying to fight her.
Yeah, and it doesn't work out so hot.
And then they're like, well, we should go to the thingy. So then they run to the thing to start traveling. I can't think of what that's called.
The Rainbow Bridge.
The Rainbow Bridge.
Well, I guess...
That's not what it's called.
No, it is called the Rainbow Bridge.
Is
but
it really?
She breaks... Well, I guess first of all, she breaks Mjolnir, his hammer.
Oh, yeah, because he's just like, I'm going to do my hammer thing. And then she grabs it, breaks it. They both go.
So that's a big thing.
What the fuck?
Because then the whole rest of the movie...
Thor's like, I don't have powers.
Yeah.
But he does.
He does. We'll get to that.
And then, so she breaks the hammer. They start fighting more. No, I think after the hammer is when they run off.
Yes.
Because they run off.
Loki's like, I'm getting out of here. And I think he kind of drags Thor along with him. Thor wants to keep fighting her, I think.
Yeah, something like
that.
Or is it...
Or do they hurry up and transport them back? I don't remember.
I can't... Those two, however they do it, they end up getting into the transporty thing.
Yeah.
To try and get away. But she's right on their tail. Like, they're flying through the thing, like, we made it, and then here she comes, somehow catching up to them. Not quite sure how she does that.
Yeah.
But she's catching up.
She hops in there with them.
She beats on Loki a little bit, throws him the fuck out of it. He flies out the side of it. And then she's, like, slamming Thor's head into the side of it and making it break. And then eventually he gets thrown. Where does she end up?
She ends up in Asgard then.
They're trying to get back to Asgard.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had the dude flip the thing, and then she jumped through the hole. Yeah, and then that was bad, because it's just like them. For her, she gets to Asgard, her powers get bigger, more potent, she gets more strong. She resurrects her whole army of dead people and shit.
So that was pretty cool.
From her and her daddy's time of killing everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Till Odin grew a heart, as she puts it.
Yeah. They had to get all that gold. So then...
Yeah, so as that's happening, where does Thor wake up? Is it in...
Thor crash lands on Sakaar.
Yeah.
Basically right in all that trash and junk.
Because this planet just has portals that just dump trash. I'm still confused by this planet. I don't understand it. It's a cool idea.
It's interesting. And there's all these crazy people in masks that they're like, I'm going to eat you.
They kind of look like sand people from Star Wars, the sand people.
Yeah, so they want to eat Thor.
But then that's when we get to meet Valkyrie.
Yeah.
She comes in on her ship, opens the fucking thing, standing there like talking a bunch of shit. And then she literally falls
off
out of her ship and onto the ground.
Yeah.
And it was just the best. Yeah. And then she got up, did a little drunk wiggle, and then proceeded to just destroy all these people and take Thor.
Yeah, because that was pretty cool. Like she set her like wrist things, and her ship is like a robot.
Arms, yep.
Yeah, that's right.
She's sitting there.
And then Thor's like, "Sweet, you saved me." And then
she's like,
yeah, zaps him.
Puts that little zapper thing on him, which he hates.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, of course I would, but I'd also love to be in her position of just having that on.
Yeah.
But so then that proceeds to her. Then you come back to her, I think, talking to Grandmaster, and he's like, "What have you brought for me?"
Yeah.
What, Valkyrie? Or no, Scavenger.
She calls herself something.
It's like Scavenger one's
like a number,
something number.
Yeah.
She's like, "I got a contender." And then I think you go to Thor's little trippy chair ride.
Yeah.
And then he's like screaming, and it just, you see Jeff Goldblum's face, and you're like, yes. And they start talking. Yeah, because I think he's like, I'm the god of thunder, and then Jeff Goldblum just keeps calling him the Lord of Thunder.
Lord of Thunder, I think, yeah. Then...
Because, yeah, when he yeah, we'll get to that part in a second.
Because then he, like, all of a sudden, Grandmaster's, like, DJing.
Yeah, he's just, like, walking around, the chair's following him, and now he's, like... For a second, he's just standing there, and you don't see anything, but then it zooms out, and he's sitting there, like, DJing. He'll play, like, a little piano chord or something, just, like, he's just DJing. It's really weird. And then... He was just explaining what was basically going to happen, like how
just
you're
the
a gladiator
match, blah, blah, blah.
You can win your freedom, etc., etc.
Yeah, he's got to face the champion, blah, blah, blah.
Funny thing, okay, so on the Grandmaster's giant building, he's got faces of like his past champions, and Hulk's is being made. I saw an Easter egg. Oh, what is the dude's name? You might know him. He's a Marvel guy. Obviously, he's a character, but he's, I think, one of the only ones who was wielded Thor's hammer for a while.
Beta Ray Bill. He's like a part. He's got like a horse's head,
something like that.
Yeah.
But his face is one of the busts on the stadium, yeah. So they're thinking maybe in the future we'll see him. Yeah. Maybe we'll see a second hammer, because in the comics they both are wielding. Yeah. The hammer, so I kind of thought when he was like, "Oh, I wish I had a hammer" at the Gladiator thing, someone was going to bring him a fucking hammer. Like I'm glad it didn't, because it would have defeated the whole purpose of why he lost it.
I think he'll get a hammer maybe in an Infinity War. We'll see.
Because after this, don't you think? I think he's going to survive Infinity War.
You think he'll survive?
Well, because of all this rebranding with him, like you can't just do this and then kill him in the next movie or two.
I hope Taika gets to make a fourth Thor movie.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
Fucking A+ work, sir. Like you knocked it out of the park.
People are gonna be asking for his number like crazy now.
And speaking of, so let's say Thor he's in the room of the gladiator space where he's chilling, which is hilarious. It's a circle, because he starts to try and run away. And I think my favorite character in the whole movie is this rock man named Korg. Which his species is actually seen in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, really?
When they're doing the crazy just jumping. And there's a scene where they break through, and there's a planet where there's a rock dude beating on somebody. And he looks up, and I remember seeing that scene because I was always like, I want to know what that rock dude's life is like. And then, no shit, I see Korg. I got really giddy in the theater because I was real excited because I didn't know this was a real thing. I thought it was just a weird thing in Guardians. And then this dude, voiced by the director
himself, did the motion capture.
In the motion capture too, which he's the comic relief character. Oh, yeah. He constantly talks about a revolution, which is the greatest thing. He's got, what is his buddy's name with the little hands?
I forget.
And he's like, oh no, he's dead. I've just been carrying him around.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not dead, guys.
And I like how he's like, I just do the easy matches to liven up the crowd because he's made out of a rock. I don't think anyone can kill him.
Because he's talking about the champ, and Thor's like, well, you're made of rock. He says something like breaking rock or something, because like a little piece of him breaks off. And
yeah, that's right.
He's just such.
It's hilarious because he just like kind of such a high pitched voice with him, a voice you don't expect to come out of him.
This high pitch, like. Think of, if you've ever seen Flight of the Conchords, the manager Murray, it's exactly that's the voice he sounded like. Which, since he knows that guy, I'm wondering if that's, because it does not sound like his actual voice.
No, he kind of does it.
But he's got that little higher register that sounds like Murray, which made me giggle because I thought it was, and I was kind of hoping it was, because...
Yeah, he sounds a little bit like his vampire character in What We Do in the Shadows. He kind of talks like, and here is this.
It's just great.
So, crazy New Zealanders, they make good comedies.
Yes. Well, what's interesting is Korg, you think he's going to be involved? Well, that again leads to another post-scene trailer, so we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. So anyways, they're in this little cell. Thor's like, I'm going to get out of here. He starts running around, and then Korg's just watching him go by him, and he's talking to him. He's like, oh yeah, no, it's a circle. But anyway, stupid little jokes from that dude make me laugh. Loved him. So then we get to the actual battle, I think. Or we get to the pre... Oh no, Loki visits.
Loki visits him, but he turns out to be just
a hologram.
Hologram version.
Which explains a part of the preview much more. Because in the preview, he's like, when he's all tied up, and he gets the thing thrown at his head. Like, I understand. I thought it was just because, why not? Like, Loki's free shot at Loki. Take it. Yeah. Because, that's like a theme through the whole thing is Thor's constantly like,
throwing things
at him. Is that really you?
Yeah.
Quit playing your mind tricks. Yeah. So they have their talk. So they go to the battle. I'm guessing, by the way Loki reacts, he has not been to one of these battles yet.
No.
They must not be an everyday thing. So for however long he's been there, they have not had one, or he just hasn't gone.
Yeah.
Or I guess, no, because I'm imagining Hulk is used in every battle that they have. So
yeah, because he was very nervous to see Hulk, obviously.
Yes,
from
to
Avengers.
Where it's like, nah, you wouldn't be surprised to see him. Well, really, he shouldn't be surprised anyways, because he should have noticed the giant face of the Hulk on the building.
Yeah.
Who knows? Loki doesn't pay attention to a lot, though, actually, because that's why he always gets fucked, because he misses little details.
Yeah. He's not always the smartest.
No. So Thor's out there, he's looking like a badass, and then they're like, oh, here comes our champ. Hulk busts through, you've seen the preview.
Yeah.
Thor's like, yes! I know him from work. And he's talking. Hulk's looking all kind of like, well, we got to do this. Like, we got to do this. And then I love Thor's like, Loki! Look who it is! And then Loki looks like he's about to shit himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to get out of here. I think he actually says that, like, I need to leave.
And then the Grandmaster's like, where are you going?
So they end up fighting.
Pretty cool little battle.
It's pretty epic. Yeah. You start to see Thor really gain his power because his eyes go all lightning after he's being punched in the face repeatedly by the Hulk.
Yeah, Thor is legitimately the only one
who can actually
fight Hulk
because he's a god.
Yeah,
but you really don't know how the fight ends because it just goes black. I'm assuming God of Lightning fucked some shit up with it because his eyes went super electronic-y, and then him and Hulk were about to smash, and it just goes black. Yeah, because
Hulk, jumped up like 200 feet in the air and was going to smash back down.
Yep. So, I'm assuming that means Thor won because...
I don't know. Because then you just see him wake up in a hot tub in the Hulk's room, so I don't know.
Hulk's in a hot tub.
Yeah.
That was so great. Hulk's little room. I loved it. I loved Hulk. Hulk like fire. Hulk like raging fire.
Yeah.
Thor like burning embers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was good for this movie that Hulk actually talks.
He got to talk. But it makes sense because he's taken over for God knows how long it's been.
2 years or something like that.
Some shit like that.
Ever since the Age of Ultron.
And I like him and Valkyrie's little, since she's his trainer, they have this weird, I think she likes Hulk.
Yeah.
And he definitely likes her.
2 tough people.
Super tough. And then, great thing is Bruce Banner comes back. He's all sorts of confused because he's been the Hulk for 2 years. He doesn't know what. The last thing he remembers is he's in a spaceship leaving the Age of Ultron shit. That's crazy. We haven't seen Hulk since Age of Ultron, right? Isn't that when he flew away?
Yeah, because that was was it in a post-credit scene that they showed that? Or was that the actual end of the movie?
Towards the very end,
Because I drew a blank. I'm like, I don't remember. I was like, no one sent him away, but I don't remember exactly.
Because I think he was just like, I got to get, for whatever reason, he wanted to leave, and what's her name? was trying to get him to come back because he had to get away because he was
He felt responsible for destroying that entire city and stuff.
So he wanted to get away and oh man. And then so Hulk's like, well, fuck, you crashed here. Where's the twin jet? Oh, there it is. Cool. Thor gets down there, gets everything fired up. Sweet. No. Here comes Hulk. Don't leave me!
It's like smashing
destroys the whole thing. And then he sees what's her? Oh, that's when he changes.
Because Black Widow's.
Because the Black Widow video pops up.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner pops out, starts freaking out because he doesn't know what the fuck's happening. Thor's like, hi. Gives him a bunch of Tony Stark's clothes. So now he's walking around Sakaar looking like Tony Stark. Because when he put the glasses on, he kind of looked like Robert Downey Jr. in that moment. Kept complaining about the pants being too tight, which was just a funny...
Thor was like, what are you doing?
They're so tight.
You know? And they end up, blah, blah, blah. Valkyrie ends up helping
teaming up with them. Yeah. They bust out. They steal the only jet that can possibly make it through the thing they have to get through.
That's right.
Oh, wait. Before that, is that when he has his vision of Odin? Is that how does he figure out how to get out? Who tells him how to get out?
Yeah, he does have a vision of Odin. In
the devil's butthole.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's called that. Like,
the anus.
Every time they would say it, I was like,
and
that's when you probably could have left out the devil's anus. Like that, it was funny the first time, but they said it like 5 or 6 times because it's where they've got to go. Like
I do like when Jeff Goldblum was like, "You got to get back to Asgard."
Asgard. Well, and that dude. So again, his only one of the only ships on the planet that can make it through this thing is the Grand Master's orgy ship. And there's no, like, that's what they call it, which another thing I thought was weird. Yeah. So I'm like, this is PG-13, so these kids they're not going to understand it. They're going to be like, orgy ship, yeah.
Well, yeah,
except they're going to want a toy of that orgy ship. Like, so when you sell that toy...
There's a character that's drunk all the time. There's,
quite a bit of sexual innuendo going on.
Hulk being naked.
Oh, fucking hilarious. Just him walking around all naked.
And talking about...
Like, well, now I can't get that image out of my head. It's in there now.
And then when whoever was making fun of Thor with his love of his hammer... Obviously, that,
You have a very sensual relationship with the hammer. Oh my god, who is he? I think he was telling the Grand Master that.
Yeah, I think so.
That, or it might have been, actually,
talking to Bruce Banner about that.
Or was it Korg?
It might have been Korg.
I think it might have been Korg, yeah.
That's right. That's when he was hanging out in the circle area.
No, it's when they're trying to get their weapons. Because he's like, right. I wish I had my hammer. Yeah, this hammer, and I've been through all this. He's like, well, you have a very sentiment. I can't. It was very wittily, either written or the amount of improvisation. Like,
a good mixture.
Well
probably.
done.
So,
trying to think.
So then, when they go to steal the ship, of course, Loki betrays Thor again,
as always, and then. Because what does he...
Thor, secretly plants the electric thing on him and shocks him.
So, no, I remember that, but how is he... I'm trying to remember how he, got them to where it was like, oh, now I can turn you in.
Yeah, he was gonna...
Because he had them cornered somehow, but I can't remember how.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Regardless, it's probably not that important.
I think he just radioed in all those people or something. So then that's why when they actually leave in the ship, there's all those people following them.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that happens. They get into the ship. They've got Loki with them because they knocked him out. So they have him. They get in the ship. They got... Oh, and Korg and a bunch of... people that are doing the revolution, they take off in this giant freighter ship.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
And that's when Korg's cheering about his successful revolution. He was so happy. Fucking love Korg, that guy. But so, anyway, they end up, small ship, they're going to Asgard. Because they got to save Asgard.
Pretty cool battle while they're trying to steal the ship, though.
Yes.
When they were jumping, like, on
Doing
all the different ships and stuff.
Yeah, and Bruce Banners is flying the thing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, when that wolf thing comes out, I think, is when he pops into the Hulk.
Yeah, because when they show up then to Asgard.
It's in Asgard that he turns into the Hulk.
Yeah.
So he's just flying, which he's a pretty good pilot. Homegirl sets up a gun in there and just starts blasting fools.
Yeah.
Then you got Thor and her running around on ships and jumping from ship to ship, stabbing shit and making it blow up. That was super epic. And then they get through the trash hole thing, get to Asgard.
Through the anus.
Once they're at Asgard,
because while in Asgard, Heimdall was leading all the Asgardians through the Rainbow Bridge, or was trying to. So there was the whole like little subplot of Heimdall. Because that's right. That's because Thor has the shared connection with Heimdall, so that's how he knows how to take that portal out of Sakaar. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Was super crazy because he's just like standing there. All of a sudden, he's where they are.
Yeah. He's like, oh. They're at like some old part of Asgard, like tucked away in a cliff.
They're chilling there, and then she ends up finding him.
Yeah.
Tears it down, but homeboy can see into the future, so he already knew you were coming. He got everybody out.
Yeah.
They're going. I think that at that point they're going towards the bridge.
Yeah, they're on the bridge, heading towards the gate.
At that point, you've got Thor and his crew on this side of the bridge. You've got Hela and their crew on that side.
Yeah.
Massive battle breaks out.
All the zombie dudes, the giant wolf.
So yeah, basically you just got a bunch of people just banging it out.
Yeah.
Korg and crew come with their giant ship to take all the Asgardians.
I guess we should talk about when Bruce Banner actually turns back into the Hulk, because that was a pretty funny scene. Because he's like, if I start falling, I'll just turn it right into the Hulk.
So Bruce Banner, he's chilling. At this point, he's like, fuck, you guys need the Hulk. Like, it's turning real bad down there. It's only him and Valkyrie on the ship. He's like, he says something to her.
I think something to impress her. Because I think they know they have a connection.
They don't know who each other are because they don't.
But they, like...
There's a connection, like
something.
Yep, because they say that a couple times, and then I think he's like, "I'm going to show you how tough I am. I actually am," because she doesn't think he's very tough. So what's he do? He does, what Bruce Banner usually does become the Hulk. He jumps out of a ship. Probably my second favorite part of the movie. Bruce Banner literally goes splat and is just laying there looking lifeless.
Smashes onto the bridge, and
then I think it goes back to the dog or something, and then it starts coming, and then the Hulk finally emerges.
Ends up fighting.
They end up fighting in the water for a while.
Yeah.
And then you got basically Thor just getting more and more powerful.
Yeah, because then he realizes, I have lightning powers. I don't need the hammer anymore.
Okay, so is it during that battle that he has the dad vision, and he's like, oh yeah.
Because I think Hela is about to kill him.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, because because she's got him, and then he fucking. Yeah. His eyes go lightning, and all of a sudden this giant cloud comes, and this giant strike of lightning comes right on them. Yeah, that was epic.
The Led Zeppelin kicks in again. He kicks a bunch of ass with those lightning powers.
Railing, and then he's in the palace hanging out, and he looks up at the ceiling, looks all confused.
Yeah. And then he gets in bad with Hela again, and she cuts off his eye.
Yep.
Cuts out his eye.
And then they battle it out. I think it's after he gets his eyes cut, that's when he realizes his full powers, and that's when she gets him pinned down for sure.
Yeah,
Because it's when they're in the palace.
Because he has two visions of Odin, I think. The initial that gives him the lightning powers, and then I think Vision again, maybe?
I think it was just the one.
Because
the other ones were just kind of,
yeah.
I think he just...
Asgard is, it's people, not the place, or whatever, was what Odin said in one of the visions.
Yeah. Well, I think that was in the initial,
Yeah.
that was when they were, him and Loki were both with him.
Yeah, I guess.
In Norway. And then he started getting his powers just in the fight with Hulk. And I don't think he really thought anything of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, then gets his eyes taken out, and he realizes his full potential of power. Does some massacring, and then basically he's like, well, we can't defeat her because she is more powerful than us. So the only way to do it is to destroy Asgard because that's her source of power. Which I was because if you take people away from her, then too, okay. I was like, well, Asgard's still around, but no, because she's not by it, and she dies on Asgard. So anyway, now I'm just quietly mumbling nonsense.
So they realize they have to bring about Ragnarok themselves.
Which I was not the most stoked of him having Loki go get that shit. Because the way he looked at that, I think it was an Infinity Stone.
It was the Tesseract, which he,
Well, he already stole one time.
He already stole in Avengers.
But he also, there's an Infinity Stone
there's an Infinity
of
Stone.
some sort that he looks at too. So I'm assuming he stole something. It's Loki. He took something. But yeah, so he gets that thing, throws it in the eternal fire. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's how she brought
the
whole undead
zombie,
army back.
Yeah.
That was cray.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, so then, they get that. They bring that, what was that fire guy name? Surtur. Which he was just, I just like that guy because he's so simple. Like, all he wants in his existence is to destroy Asgard. And it's all he talks about. I am the Ragnarok!
Yeah.
And then she actually kind of almost stops him, but he's just too powerful.
He straight up just smashes her down through into nowhere.
Oh my god. And then Korg again. That's one of my favorite lines. They're doing their fighting. The initial, fire and brimstone happens. He's like, oh, doesn't look too bad down there. And then, half a second later...
The foundations are still good.
And then, half a second after that... Well, there's no good foundation there anymore. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
And then that's when they're like, is he okay? Oh, no, he's dead. He's been dead. Oh, hey, he's not dead, guys. Then basically that's the end of the movie is a bunch of Asgardians looking super depressed because their home just got obliterated.
Yeah.
And they're on a giant ship. And then basically that takes you to the first post-credits, or it's the mid-credit.
Mid-credits.
Yeah.
No.
Super short. They're like, oh, Loki's like, do you really think I should go back to Earth with you? That's not a great idea since last time Thor's like, they love me. It'll be alright. And then what is that? Shintari ship appears, which has been confirmed as...
Is it Thanos' ship?
They think it might be, because that's called the, what was that one called? It's called something, this is called that too. So it's the secondary ship. Okay. So they're thinking it's probably not Thanos himself, but it's...
his crew.
It's the crew, the crew that destroyed New York.
Yeah.
Helped Loki out. So I'm imagining... Well, and then from what I've heard of the Infinity War trailer, it starts with the Guardians being like, someone's like, oh, hey, we're here. And Peter Quill's like, cool, we're going to do this. And then Thor smashes into their ship and they bring him on board. From what I've heard, he's got 2 eyes. So I'm super confused if the eye thing was, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what people are getting confused with is like, okay, well, what the fuck happens between that end credit and the beginning of this next movie? Because Thor's on a ship with the entirety of Asgard. So if he's floating through space, are you guessing Do you think they just blew it up? Do you think they took everyone off and threw him out because he's an Avenger, so Thanos would want him dead, but maybe not necessarily all these people he could enslave? I don't know. A lot of questions.
We'll find out.
A lot of questions. But then, yeah, you got more credits.
Credits.
And the credits end, and you get to see the Grand Master pop out of a little container with two hose. Two Sakaar hose. That was like kind of like Sicario, but not at all. He is so funny in that scene because the revolution just happened, so he literally just like, wow,
good job,
everybody. That was a really great revolution, and you couldn't have had one without somebody like me to rebel against. So I'm happy to have been a part of it. And then it just kind of like he's looking nervous, and it just kind of ends.
I'm guessing he survives.
Being one of the.
Because apparently he's the brother of the Collector.
Yep.
Benicio del Toro's character.
And there's like I think 2 or 3 other of them, like the immortals of the world. So I'm trying to think. I think they said another one popped up, but I can't remember who it was. That's like I want to see Jeff Goldblum and Benicio del Toro together now because both of their characters were ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
the Collector was absurd.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. I don't think that's how he sounds, but it works.
But yeah, it was definitely bizarre. But yeah, can you believe that this movie? I think it was the 17th. Movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Only the 17th? I thought we were in the 20s.
I think it was the 17th, I've heard. And the 3rd Thor movie.
Yep.
And possibly talking about it being one of the best of all of them.
Definitely. I mean, it's definitely the best Thor movie because they just have finally found the group for it.
Yeah.
And, in this movie I did like... Somebody made fun of him for getting dumped by Jane.
Yeah.
And he was like, I did not get it was mutual dump. It was like it was a great little stupid moment that's just like I'm glad you guys acknowledge that she did exist because after the second one everyone just kind of made it seem like, oh no, fuck Jane. She wasn't real.
Yeah.
That was a dumb character. I didn't understand. I love Natalie Portman.
She wanted nothing to do with the movies anymore, so they had to kind of... And it was interesting how, like, his kind of Asgard crew, you see them for, like, 5 seconds and they die instantly. Yep.
Which makes sense, though, because they were there when she was there and they weren't going to give up.
They didn't have much screen time in the other movies anyway, so...
No, didn't really just the second one.
Yeah.
Or no, it was the first one.
The first one a little bit. And the second one, the more Lady Sif. The one chick was in the second.
But overall, as a crew, it was definitely the first one when they were fighting the giant metal guy.
Yeah.
Fuck. And just the look of Thor from that first movie to this movie,
yeah, it's different.
I never remembered or realized how much of a pretty boy they made him look in the first one, like his beautiful flowing hair and just he still looked young. He's not all jacked yet. He's he's still unfamous Hemsworth, and then Thor launched him through the stratosphere.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Overall, I give it an A++.
A++. I guess we need to figure out an actual rating. We never figured out an actual rating system.
I got Blade Runner rated in stars, Thor's rated in A++. It's whatever feels right.
Whatever you feel like it. I will give it 10 out of 10 gold blooms.
That's how we're doing it. We're doing it out of 10 gold blooms from now on.
10 gold blooms. In reality, it would get a 9.5 out of 10 gold blooms. But I just wanted to say 10 out of 10 gold blooms.